Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Missal Bulletin. And we shall start with our headlines. Egypt's president orders army and police to restore order with utmost force in Sinai. North Korea fires ICBM it says is significantly more powerful. And moving on to our details, starting with Cairo. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Wednesday commanded the Egyptian army and police forces to restore stability and security in the Sinai Peninsula within 3 months using utmost force. The president's orders came as part of his speech on Wednesday at an event marking the celebration of Prophet Muhammad's birth. Addressing the country's newly appointed army chief of staff, President al-Sisi demanded that the army and the police adhere to this commitment. The president's remarks come after Friday's massacre of 310 worshippers at the town's Rawda mosque, making it the deadliest terrorist attack in Egypt's recent history. On to the Turkey's wave of arrests. Turkey's state-run news agency says Turkish prosecutors have issued warrants for the detention of 360 people as part of an operation against suspected supporters of cleric Fethullah Gulen within Turkey's armed forces. Anadolu news agency said on Wednesday the warrants were issued against 333 soldiers, most of them still on active duty, as well as 27 civilians who are suspected of being so-called secret imams who allegedly directed Gulen supporters within the army. The agency added that the operation to detain the suspects was underway. It's worth mentioning that Turkey accuses Gulen of masterminding last year's coup attempt, while Gulen denies involvement. On to illegal immigration profile, German Chancellor Angela Merkel says the European Union wants to work more closely with Africa to address illegal migration. Merkel has told the Europe-Africa Summit that it's very important that we simply support Africans to put a stop to illegal migration, so people don't have to either suffer in horrible camps in Libya or are even being traded. She also said that to improve living conditions for Africans, the question of education of children and teenagers, especially of girls, is key. This comes as Merkel is attending the summit in Ivory Coast along with French President Emmanuel Macron and dozens of other European and African leaders. On the other side of the world, North Korea launched its most powerful weapon yet early Wednesday, claiming a new type of intercontinental ballistic missile. In a speech state media broadcast hours later, North Korea said it successfully fired a significantly more powerful nuclear-capable ICBM. It called the Hwasong-15 at 3:17 a.m. local time. In a government statement released through state media, North Korea said the Hwasong-15, the greatest ICBM, could be armed with a super-large heavy nuclear warhead and is capable of striking the whole mainland of the United States. The North said the missile reached a height of 4,475 kilometers and traveled 950 kilometers before accurately hitting a sea target. In relation to the context, South Korea's president expressed worry North Korea's missile threat could force the United States to attack the North before it masters a nuclear-tipped long-range missile. Meanwhile, in response to the launch, President Donald Trump said the United States will take care of it. It is a situation that we will handle. Moreover, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said Japan will not back down against any provocation and would maximize pressure on the North in its strong alliance with the U.S. From another aspect, the UN Security Council scheduled an emergency meeting for Wednesday afternoon at the request of Japan, the US, and South Korea. Moving on to Jakarta, the airport on the Indonesian resort island of Bali reopened on Wednesday after an erupting volcano forced its closure 2 days ago, but the country's president said the danger had not passed and urged anyone within the mountain's expulsion zone to get out for the sake of their safety. Volcanic ash reaching 7,600 meters in the air began drifting south and southeast of Mount Agung, leaving clean space above the airport for planes to land and take off according to the airport spokesman. From another aspect, President Joko Widodo ordered all concerned ministries and agencies to help Bali's government deal with the disaster. And going to our economic news. The European Union's chief negotiator in talks over Britain's withdrawal from the bloc said on Wednesday he hopes to reach a deal on a financial settlement before an EU summit in mid-December. But Michel Barnier dismissed as rumours reports on Tuesday that both sides had tentatively agreed on a British payment of roughly around 50 billion euros. Barnier told a defence forum in Berlin that when EU leaders meet on December 14th and 15th, I hope I can report to the European Council that in the meantime we have been able to negotiate the deal. And finally, global share benchmarks advanced on Wednesday as investors appear to shrug off the latest launch of a ballistic missile by North Korea. Germany's DAX gained 0.7% to 13,152.52, and the CAC 40 of France was up 0.4% at 5,414.30. Britain's FTSE 100 lost 0.6% to 7,418.15. Futures pointed to a tepid start on Wall Street, with Dow futures up 0.2% and S&P 500 futures nearly unchanged. Meanwhile, Japan's Nikkei 225 index gained 0.5% to 22,597.20, and the Shanghai Composite Index rebounded from early losses to gain 0.1% at 337.86. And before ending our news, let's take another look at the most important headlines for today. Egypt's president orders army and police to restore order with utmost force in Sinai. North Korea fires ICBM it says is significantly more powerful. And we reached the end of our Nisad Bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us.